Hey guys, so I have a fun vlog for you guys today. It's my first tag, and right now it's kind of uploading the questions and stuff like that. So yeah, I have some other fun tags that I'll be uploading later this week. Sorry, there's only one vlog today. I know sometimes I do two, sometimes I do three. Today I wasn't feeling good. Just like not even the whole day. It was just like last hour or so, and since last night, somewhere not like late night, but somewhere in the middle of the day night, I started getting really bad at beach, and just I don't know, I wasn't feeling like myself, and then it kind of continued all the way through the night, into the morning. Then there was a brief pause, and I came back once or twice on the way, and I came back about an hour ago. I may just be dehydrated or something. I don't know. I'll check. I'll start drinking a lot more, and I'll kind of update you guys if anything else happens. Other TMI stuff happened that I'm not getting into. If you're pregnant, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna do this one video, and if I feel better later, maybe I'll upload another one. If not, we'll see. I was supposed to do an upload video today, another one. It wasn't a tag, it was like a collab video of sorts, for makeup. But I think I may just kind of hold off until tomorrow or the day after that. So if I don't feel good enough, just cause it's kind of, you know, hectic and stuff like that. So anyway, so today's tag is my first time tag, and if you see me look over here, it's just because of the questions. So yeah, I found these questions offline. So I will definitely put them in the description below, and I will link the website of the person I found it on. And yeah, so you guys can check it out as well. So first question was, when was your first tweet? I started my Twitter a while back. I don't even know how long ago. But I didn't really start tweeting until this year, so I'd say about 6 months ago, I tweeted just like hey, what's up? Just hanging out, going to the movie. No, actually, I think my first tweet was like 2 years ago, probably, and I was at like Home Depot with my parents. They were looking for something for their backyard. I took a picture of me sitting down in a chair and said, I feel at Home Depot or something to reference Home Depot. I don't even remember. That's how long ago it was. That actually was my first quote. Now that I think about it, I probably had one before that, but I don't even remember, and I don't even think I could find it because that's how long ago it was. It was like 2 years ago. And I don't feel like bothering. Pretty much that's the real reason. I just don't feel like bothering looking all the way back. I mean, I haven't written that many tweets since then, but it's just too much a hassle for me to even look. But I think it was either the first one was either like hey, my name is blah, just kind of like introducing myself, and the second, but the real official tweet was that one, and it was about 2 years ago, I think in October, something like that. First YouTube video. That was an introduction video, and it was also I think 3 years ago. Yeah, I didn't really get into vlogging until like this year, so I'm not sure what they mean by first like officially, or first is like the actual first, so I'm answering both. First one you subscribed to on YouTube. I think it was either my cousin or my not my the Hollywood show, like something like one of those two. It was a while back, so can't really remember. First Facebook profile pic. When I first started Facebook, I was in like 10th grade. And I heard from people that they were like going on, it's really cool, you should definitely check it out. And I was like, I didn't see the big deal because I really didn't see the point of Facebook. But I decided to make one just because my friend that I had talked to for a while didn't live vicinity of my area. I kind of like want to get back in touch with her and stuff like that, so that's the real reason I made one. And I think the first picture was of a character from one of my favorite TV shows, because I was a little bit skeptical about using my own pictures at that time. I'm still pretty not really as open as a lot of people. Like some people have like hundreds and hundreds of pictures. I don't really have that many. I mean, I do have a good deal amount, but I don't have as many as some other people. I'm still kind of stingy when it comes to certain photos. And I'm thinking I'm going to probably get back to that and kind of use those pictures and stuff like that, just because you have to be aware of your privacy and stuff like that, and you never know. So, yeah. Do you still talk to your first love? Yes. We were friends for a really long time before we even started like dating or anything like that. And he's like my best friend, so I definitely still talk to him. I don't talk to him all the time every day, but I definitely do talk to him. He's my best friend, and I definitely talk to him for advice and stuff like that. He's very good at that. So, yes. What was your first alcoholic drink? I'm not 21, so I haven't had one yet. So, and I'm not really. I mean, I don't even think I'd really be into it because I'm very picky when it comes to what I drink. Like I don't drink soda, I don't drink water really. I'm very picky about what I drink. So I don't really even think I would like any kind of really alcohol drink. So I mean I'll try one on my 21st birthday and stuff like that, but I have a really good feeling I'm not gonna really have any favorites. What was your first job? I was a waitress at a pizzeria for about 4 years, and then I transferred over to another pizzeria just because they paid a little bit more. Still working there. What was your first car? I just got my permit a couple weeks back, so I haven't gotten a car yet. Anyway, we don't really need a car because everything is in this area that I need, and the only place that I would need to drive to is college, and for now I got some rides, so I don't really need the car at the moment. What was the first person to text you today? Oh, who was the first person? My mother. Just kind of saying hi, how are you? Thank you for my gifts for Mother's Day, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. Just saying hi and stuff like that. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? It was also my mother because yesterday was Mother's Day, so we didn't do anything amazing or fancy or like either that because I'm trying to save money and stuff like that. But yeah, she was the first person I thought of. So. Who was your first grade teacher? A woman, I think her name was Blake or Blanca or something like that. Something like that. I don't remember, it was a while back. Anyway, yeah, she was one of my favorite teachers. I absolutely loved her. She was really nice, and she kind of helped me through a lot of her patches, so I'm really grateful to her, even though I can't really remember her name. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? I've only been on an airplane once in my entire life, and we went to Brazil because I'm part Brazilian on my mother's side, so we went to Brazil because I have a lot of family there, and we just kind of went to see my cousin because he was having his bat mitzvah, I think. So it was like 10, 15 years ago? Something like that. No, it was like 10 years ago. Yeah. I was really young. Because most places we go on vacations like that we drive to them because they're not that far. Well, Florida is kind of far, but we prefer driving because my mother doesn't like the airplane. So yeah, and I kind of got that from her too. So, I mean, airplanes are okay, but I prefer not to. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? My first best friend, as I mentioned, was a girl that I used to live in somewhere, then I moved, and we didn't talk for about 9 years, and then we got back in touch through Facebook. And we kind of got connected and stuff like that. And we do still talk, but not as much as we probably would have if I hadn't moved and we had remained best friends. I talk to her like once every few weeks, so not that big of a deal. But what was your first sleepover? I'm an only child, so my parents were really overprotective of me, and my mother never let me go to anybody's house to sleep over. So I literally had to beg her to let me sleep over at my cousin's house for her like 12th birthday, and that was the only time I slept over at anyone's house. And my parents didn't even leave the house; they literally slept in the living room the whole entire time. So it wasn't like a real sleepover bag, you know. I don't really feel like I would miss that much. So. What was the first thing you did this morning? I went to eat. If you're not talking about waking up and that kind of stuff, like if you, like literally the first thing I did, that was counts as an activity. I went to eat. That's because I was so hungry, and every morning I wake up now and I get really nauseous and I have this like really milky taste in my mouth, and I don't know why. My doctor says it's just because I'm like eating a lot and not drinking enough, which explains why I'm having a lot of different problems. So I have to really up that kind of intake and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the first thing I did. Where's concert you want to? I think it was a Hannah Montana concert when I was like 11 for my birthday with my cousins. So yeah. Where's broken bone? I have sprained things and I have fractured things, but I don't think I've ever actually broken anything. And by fracture, I don't mean like literal like breaking fracture, because I know actually fracture. Wait, no. I'm sorry. I meant to say is I have really bruised things and I have sprained things, not fractured, because fracture is breaking technically. So yeah. So I have stopped my thumb stuck in the door. Got also bowling ball on my pinky. It's not. It used to be like this. Now it's like this, and I don't. You probably can't see it, but I have like a thin piece of string that used to go up here. It used to be blinding white, and over the years it's kind of faded. So there's still like a little bit of mark, but you can't really see anymore. Thank God. I still remember everything that happened that day like it was 2 seconds ago. And I have to say, I never want to go through anything like that ever again in my life, because it was so painful that it's just, I can't. So yeah. But yeah, I also once jammed my arm into the wall of a pool, and I've gotten hit in the leg with a hockey stick, and got bumped in the nose with a basketball, and all this stuff happened in like the course of 4 or 5 years. Now I don't really get hurt that much. I think it's just because I was kind of young and I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings as much as I should have. So yeah. So yeah, I sprained and bruised myself, but I actually haven't fractured or broken anything. So yeah. First piercing. When I was about 1, my parents took me to like one of those places like Claire's. It wasn't Claire's, but somewhere similar. And you know how like they sit you down, the baby in the chair, and then they kind of pierce them. They did one of my ears before I started panicking frantically and throwing my arms all over the place and like whining and screaming, and they kind of couldn't continue because I was moving so much. So they only did 1 year, and they figured that I'd go back when I got older to do the other ear. But I never did, so the hole eventually closed, and now I have no pierced ears. So I had one, and now I have none. So yeah. And I don't really wear earrings anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And no, I do not plan to get them pierced ever. First foreign country you've gone to? I've only been to Canada. That's it. I went there once for when I went to my cousins when I was younger, once for my cousin's wedding, and then once again just to kind of see them after the wedding. So yeah, that's the only time place I've ever been, besides Brazil. I went to Brazil right after, and I went there when I was really younger for like 2 days, and we didn't do anything, and I don't remember any of it really, so I don't really, when people ask me about that, I don't really count this because I don't remember anything of it. I only remember Canada. I would love to go somewhere else, anywhere really, but especially like London or like France or Italy or something like that. I would love to go. Maybe one day in the nearby future, once I get enough money. But yeah, so I haven't really been anywhere for say. I don't really count Canada just because it's like right above us. So most people, even though we all count Canada as another country, we don't really, not country. Yeah, it's country. Uh, even though Canada's another country, we don't really think of it as another country just because it's right there. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. So yeah. First movie I remember seeing. I've seen so many movies in my life, but I remember two of them. One was Josie and the Pussycats, and the other one was Another Cinderella Story by Hilary Duff. Josie and the Pussycats got me really, really into music. I remember that. And Another Cinderella Story, I just really loved it just because it was Cinderella. So those are the two movies. I don't remember which one came first, so I'm just gonna give you those two. And yeah, you guys can decide which one I saw first, because I don't remember. When was your first attention? I always had a problem with being on time when I was younger. So I had my first attention probably when I was about 3rd grade, 4th grade, just because I came late by 2 minutes to class. And it was like that all the way through middle school and elementary school and a little bit in high school. And then I was like, you know what, this is getting pointless. I gotta stop being late all the time. So I stopped being late and I got no more attentions. Who was your first roommate? My first roommate was my cousin. We kind of just lived here for a bit. Just because we both were kind of like needed to get out of our parents' house, and we happened to be in situations that allowed us to live together, and she and I like each other a lot, and we don't get in each other's face, and we don't bother each other. We kind of have our lives, but we can still hang out with each other, so, and our friends, so it kind of worked out that way. So yeah. If you had one wish, what would it be? One wish. There's so many things to wish for. I don't know what one wish I would use. One wish to get all my wishes? You probably can't do that actually. If I had one wish, it'd be that I could complete my death wish list before I died. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. A death wish list is a list of things that you want to do before you die. And it could be anything major, like go backpacking all around the world in like 180 days, like that movie, or it could be something like what I have, like little milestones, like go to a midnight movie, collect 170 books, like little things, just things that are kind of obtainable, but they're not. That would be my wish, because that's the simplest wish I could think of that would include everything I want to wish for. What was the first sport you were involved in? Okay, only child, as I mentioned before, so my parents were very overprotective. Never got involved in any sports. I have played sports before, I just never was involved in any. I played sports for high school because you had to play them in gym, and I used to play like soccer and basketball and tennis and baseball and like my parents and my cousins and stuff like that, like in the park and stuff. But I never actually got involved in any sports per se. What's the first thing you do when you get home? I wash my hands. I eat, watch some TV, and sit down. In that order. So yeah. Do you want to count what I actually do the first thing? That's everything, all that, one time. That's all I do. There's no actually what do you do first. It's like I walk in the house. It's like there's no actual way to answer that question that would make sense because there's no one thing first thing. I do all of it. That's my action. I'm going to include that as one action just because I don't even know how to dissect it. When was your first kiss? About 7, 8 years old. I was really young. I'm not sure what kind of kiss they mean. If they mean like it's kind of like a kid kiss, that's what I call it, a kid kiss. It's like kids that date each other, but they're not really actually dating. I was about 8 or 9, my first one, and my first official kiss was about 3, 4 years ago. Yeah. So those are all the questions. I will definitely get the screenshots below, and I will link the person or website that I found this on. I'm sure there are plenty of other different tags out there for the first time, If anyone wants to be tagged in this, definitely comment in the box below that you want to be tagged. And I think I may tag 1 or 2 people just cause I know they've been wanting to do these kind of story tags for a while. And yeah. Still not up to par right now. I still feel a little bit sick. Thankfully it hasn't been too bad lately. Just a little bit nauseous, and that whole metallic thing in the mouth is kind of annoying, but it usually goes away after I eat. And the BH I've had them since yesterday, and then I had them this morning, stopped, came again, started about an hour ago, and it stopped again. So I don't know, it may just be nothing, so I may just be like kind of overthinking it too much. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up about that now. I will be doing a belly bump vlog in a little while, just because I got a request from somebody to show them my bumped, and now I'm just gonna say it's outright down front center everything. No one's perfect. I'm most certainly not. I have made mistakes in my life, and I do regret them all. But I'm learning to become a better person from them and make changes and kind of just be better, and kind of learn from my lessons, because I am young and I do have to learn and grow as a person. And I think sometimes people kind of forget that I'm young and they kind of judge me harshly, and I completely understand why they do, because you know what, age is not an excuse for making mistakes that I do. But I think they do forget at the same time that I do have to learn and grow as a person. So for the people who have supported me and kind of backed me up, thank you very much. I do not deserve your backing, unfortunately, but I do really appreciate it. And as for the belly bump, I will have that up soon. I've had the very unfortunate pleasure of having one of those bellies that never looks pregnant until like it's almost time to give birth. And I don't know why. It has to do with so many different factors: my height, my weight, the height of my torso, the baby's position. It's everything. And that doesn't only come in with the bump, it comes with the fact that I don't feel the movement as much or anything. So it's really annoying, and I've had the unfortunate pleasure of being cursed with that kind of bump, which is good and bad at the same time. Just because I feel like a whale half the time, and no one else seems to think that. So that's really why. So I've kind of been not really putting up belly bumps just for that reason, because it hasn't really been showing. Now it's coming out a little bit, but not really. So I'm gonna wait a few more weeks until I'm pretty sure it's gonna start showing more. But yeah, I will definitely have that up soon for the people that have been asking for it. And thank you to everyone who's been supporting me. Being so young and in fact in this situation is kind of hard on me. It's nice to know there's people out there that actually support me and care about me, and even if they don't actually know me, it's good to know I'm not alone in this. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for this extremely long vlog. I just wanted to say thank you to the people that have been watching my videos and kind of just backing me up. I hope I will be able to continue vlogging this entire week. But it kind of depends on how I'm feeling, because I don't want to, as I mentioned in previous, I don't want to push myself to the point where I'm just like 100% done. Just because I don't know how it's gonna go. I am almost 100% sure nothing's gonna come out of it.